York was the place as an undergraduate institution that I learned how to learn. I learned something about the nature of research. I learned something about debating and assessing evidence, and it exposed me to a variety of points of view. So for the reason, it's really been the grounding of everything I've done thereafter.
Bob was an undergraduate at York. He was at Glendon when York really was in its infancy, and so I think it's fair to say that Bob and York have come of age together.
While I was dean, the Faculty of Arts created an international Bachelor of Arts program. We created a number of new programs, interdisciplinary programs, and I think we improved the reputation of the humanities and social sciences at York in the country. I think that the dean's role in that circumstance is simply to get out of the way of people who have good ideas and make sure they have what they need to do their work.
He's done a lot of things. He's been chair of Senate, he's been engaged with collective bargaining. He's been engaged in collective bargaining both as a union member and as an administrator. And I think it's not short of amazing that he's held in high regard by both of those groups.
What's remarkable about the positions is not just that there's so many and various, but that they require distinct skill sets to serve conflicting interests. Guy Burry, who's the chair of the Alumni Association, when we were both members of the Board of Governors, said they ought to sell tickets to York Senate meetings for the pleasure of seeing senior administrators grilled. And even so, Bob is held in equal esteem by senior administrators and members of the Faculty Association.
My colleagues have been very generous in nominating me, and I think it would be difficult to say that I've done anything heroic in this position. I think I've had a good time, I've enjoyed it, and I think that people have generally been kind enough to say that it didn't go as badly as perhaps they'd feared. So if that's heroic, then I guess that's why I'm getting the award.
Bob's mark is everywhere, and it's a really good mark. It's a mark of integrity and wisdom and a profound sense of social justice.
In the final 2 years of his term, Robert was more than anybody responsible with Rhonda Lenton, the final dean of the Atkinson Faculty of Liberal and Professional Studies, for the creation of this new super faculty, the Faculty of Liberal Arts and Professional Studies. You should know that it is larger than all but about 5 Ontario universities.
It was potentially impossible, and I think Bob made it possible.
For an achievement of that magnitude, nobody deserves greater credit than Robert, and in my book that makes him a true local hero.